Well, we're here again with another tech repair with Paul and Al.
Yeah.
Hello, Paul. What are you working on?
Today I have a Teac 7010, a beautiful 10-inch auto reverse early 70s tape deck. This one obviously was brought back from overseas by a returning Vietnam vet. It needed the usual capstan belt replacement, which I did. And I realized after, let me unplug it if I get my finger poked here. After I changed the belt that, I got to get better light, there we go, that the belt was in the 50 cycle mode, had been in the 50 cycle mode its entire life. When he brought it over here, of course, on 60 cycles, this deck's been running fast its entire life. Of course, the guy that made tapes on it, playing them back on this deck, would never have known. But his tapes on another machine would play too fast. Anyway, found the change lever right there. It's a rod you pull in and out. And when you pull it, it slides the belt back and puts it on a smaller pulley on the motor. You push it forward, it puts it on a larger pulley for 50 cycle. They switched the switch from 50 to 60, which just changes the capacitor on the capstan motor, which makes it more efficient. It does not change the speed of the motor, folks. So, got the belts on it, got it running, and was fairly pleased with it until I realized that I had excessive tension on the take-up reel. It pulled so hard it would cause the tape to skew. And I put it in reverse. Reverse worked pretty good, but I still had excessive holdback tension. So, well, that's weird. Well, you've got resistors right here. This is the right-hand motor, which is take up, left-hand motor, which is supply and normal tape movement. And they were both set approximately the same tap points. They put power in at this end. They take the motor off at this end. One of these taps is hold back, one of these taps is take up. And when you reverse the motor, it just swaps them back and forth so that the voltages flip. So that one motor gets a little stronger, one motor gets a little weaker. Well, I had them set the same. I still had excessive tension, couldn't figure why. And I got to checking the voltages across these taps, and they were different. I mean, a lot different. I disconnected the motors and ohmed these resistors out, and the resistors are not the same. One's a 200 ohm, one's a 400 ohm. I thought, well, that was just a mistake. You go to the schematic, the resistors are right there, 200, 400. It was manufactured with different resistors. Now, one of these taps was set in an odd place compared to this one. Didn't solve the problem. The solution was to take this motor's resistor and lengthen it from here to here, so you get the same resistance here as you get here on this resistor. This is 400 ohm resistor. This is a 200 ohm. You move all the taps over so that this mimics that, and you get a balance. I took the tape off the heads and the capstan, because before I worked on this, if you did this, the tape would always go forward fast. Even in reverse, the tape would go forward, which meant this motor was always stronger than this motor, and you can't maintain tension if that's the case. Now, it does what it's supposed to do, just enough to take up the slack. Oh, I don't want to hit fast. And you reverse, and it goes the other way. Perfect. But this was manufactured with two different value resistors, and I do not know why. Makes no sense. This machine went its entire life misadjusted, probably stretching the hell out of the guy's tapes. And running too fast. But who knew? So if you get a 7010, there's something to look into.
Okay, Paul. Well, thank you for another Tech Talk.
I thought you'd find that amusing.
I think it's fascinating.
Yeah.